When a woman genuinely loves, her emotional investment becomes one of the clearest signs you can ever notice. Love for her is not something she speaks of only in words. It is something she pours into her actions, her time, and the energy she gives. She begins to prioritize the emotional well-being of the person she cares about, and this shows up in ways that may seem small at first but carry incredible weight. For example, she pays close attention to moods, noticing when something is off even if no words are spoken. She listens with depth and without rushing, because your feelings matter to her and she wants to understand them fully. This attentiveness is not a performance or an obligation. It flows naturally out of her genuine affection. When you are happy, she shares in that joy with sincerity. When you are low, she feels that heaviness too and seeks to lift you. Not because she has to, but because she truly cannot stand to see you carry it alone. Emotional investment also reveals itself in the way she creates a safe space for connection. She becomes someone who encourages openness, who allows you to express yourself without fear of being judged or dismissed. In this space, she wants you to be fully yourself, flaws included. She is not only there for the bright and shiny moments, she leans in during the vulnerable ones as well. She does not see vulnerability as weakness, but as intimacy, a deeper bond that strengthens the foundation of love. That willingness to hold space for another person's emotions is a powerful act of devotion, one that reflects her seriousness about the relationship. When love is genuine, attention to detail follows. A woman who is emotionally invested notices the small things most people overlook. She remembers what you like, what you dislike, and even the little preferences you might not think are important. She knows how you take your coffee, what kind of music calms you down, and what topics make your eyes light up with passion. These details are not just facts, they are ways of saying, I see you, I pay attention to you, and you matter to me. That level of presence is the kind that cannot be faked. It takes consistent care, a genuine desire to make you feel acknowledged and valued. Another way emotional investment shines through is in her readiness to share her own emotional world with you. She does not only want to listen, but also wants to be heard. She lets you into her private thoughts, her dreams, and sometimes her fears. This exchange of emotions is a two-way street, one that builds closeness and trust. She is not afraid to be open because she wants to build something authentic. By allowing you to see beyond the surface, she invites you to connect with the core of who she is. That level of openness is not given to just anyone. It is reserved for someone she deeply loves. Love also means showing patience and empathy in difficult moments. Emotional investment allows her to stand with you even when circumstances are tough. She does not retreat when things become complicated. Instead, she leans in with understanding, offering comfort and encouragement. When you make mistakes, she does not immediately condemn you. She chooses to see the full picture, the intention behind your actions, and the humanity that lies within imperfection. That patience is a sign that she values the bond more than temporary frustrations. And perhaps one of the most powerful reflections of emotional investment is the sense of security she provides. She reassures you through her actions that she is present, that you are not alone, and that she is willing to walk through both storms and sunshine with you. That kind of reassurance does not need dramatic declarations. It shows itself in the quiet consistency of her presence. Even on ordinary days, her care is steady. She checks in, she listens, and she engages with your life as though it is as important to her as her own. This balance between presence, care, and patience becomes the heartbeat of genuine love, one that cannot be mistaken for anything less. When a woman genuinely loves, one of the most visible ways that love comes alive is through her acts of care and support. Love, for her, is not about grand speeches or rehearsed promises. It is about showing up in the everyday, proving with actions what words alone could never capture. This care is not just about doing things for the sake of doing them. It is about an intentional desire to make life lighter, warmer, and more meaningful for the person she loves. These acts may appear simple on the surface, but when viewed closely, they carry the essence of devotion, commitment, and deep emotional connection. You will notice her care in the way she pays attention to details others might overlook. She remembers your favorite meal and surprises you with it after a long day. She notices when you are stressed and instinctively looks for ways to ease that burden, maybe through a comforting word, a gentle touch, or even just silent presence. These things may not seem extraordinary to an outsider, but they carry immense significance because they are born out of genuine affection. They are a silent language of love, one that does not need translation. Support also extends beyond the good times. It is easy to celebrate when everything is going well, but genuine love is revealed in moments of difficulty. A woman who truly loves will stand by your side, even when the world seems to turn against you. She becomes not just a companion, but a partner in resilience. She listens when no one else does. She encourages when doubt begins to creep in, and she reminds you of your strength when you momentarily forget it yourself. This kind of support is unwavering because it is rooted in loyalty, not convenience. When love is real, her care is not limited to words of encouragement. She takes action. She steps in when you need help, sometimes without even being asked. She becomes someone who anticipates your needs because she has attuned herself to your life. Whether it is something as small as helping with a task or something as significant as offering emotional stability during a crisis, her willingness to give her energy is a testament to the depth of her feelings. Love for her means being present not just physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. Acts of care also manifest in her desire to see you grow. A woman who genuinely loves does not just accept you as you are, but also believes in the potential of who you can become. She pushes you towards your dreams, sometimes more strongly than you push yourself. She celebrates your wins, no matter how small, and she treats your progress as if it were her own. That pride in your achievements and her motivation to see you rise higher is another subtle but powerful reflection of love. She does not compete with you. Instead, she aligns with you, becoming a partner in building a future filled with growth and fulfillment. Her support is also deeply emotional. She knows when to listen without offering solutions, when to speak words of wisdom, and when to simply hold space for your silence. This emotional intelligence comes from love because she takes the time to understand your rhythms and patterns. She wants to know how to comfort you best, how to encourage you most effectively, and how to bring peace into your moments of struggle. This ability to adapt her care to your needs is a gift that comes only from genuine affection. Beyond the personal level, acts of care often expand into how she treats the things that matter to you. She respects your passions, your family, your friendships, and the values you hold close. Her love does not isolate you from your world. Instead, it integrates with it. By honoring what is important to you, she communicates that your life in its entirety matters to her. That level of support is not just about you as an individual, but about the fullness of the life you carry. In times of uncertainty, she becomes a steady presence, offering reassurance and grounding. In times of joy, she amplifies your happiness with genuine excitement. And in times of weakness, she reminds you that you are not defined by your failures, but by your ability to rise again. These acts of care and support are not occasional gestures. They are woven into the daily rhythm of how she loves. They prove that for her, love is not about saying, "I love you," but about creating experiences and moments that consistently show it. When a woman genuinely loves, one of the most telling signs is her willingness to embrace vulnerability and build trust. Love for her is not about wearing a mask or pretending to be perfect. It is about showing the raw, unpolished parts of herself with confidence that she will not be rejected or ridiculed. Vulnerability is never easy. It requires courage, self-awareness, and a deep sense of safety. But when she loves, she takes that step because she wants you to know her beyond the surface, to see the unfiltered version of who she truly is. You begin to notice that she no longer hides behind walls. She opens up about her past, the lessons she has learned, and the scars she carries. These are things she may not readily share with others, but with you, she allows those stories to come alive. She reveals the times she has failed, the fears she still wrestles with, and the dreams that keep her awake at night. She does this not because she expects you to fix everything, but because she trusts you enough to let you into her private world. That kind of honesty is a powerful marker of genuine love. It means she is willing to risk being misunderstood just to build a stronger, more authentic connection. Trust also shows up in her actions. She allows herself to depend on you, even in small ways. For someone who values her independence, this can be a significant step. She believes in your judgment, leans on your advice, and allows herself to rest in your presence without feeling the need to constantly be on guard. Trust for her is not blind. It is carefully given. It comes after observation, after recognizing consistency in your behavior, and after seeing that your intentions are genuine. Once she trusts out, she invests deeply, giving not just her time and energy, but also her emotional security. Another reflection of vulnerability is the way she communicates her needs and feelings. Instead of shutting down or pretending that everything is fine, she learns to express when she is hurt, when she is insecure, or when she simply needs reassurance. This is not always easy because vulnerability often comes with the fear of being dismissed. Yet she chooses honesty over silence, even when the truth feels uncomfortable. By doing this, she gives you the chance to meet her halfway, to understand her more fully, and to grow together. Her vulnerability also makes space for intimacy that goes beyond the physical. Emotional intimacy becomes the foundation of the bond. She shares her inner thoughts without fear, and in turn, she wants to know yours. This mutual exchange creates a deeper sense of connection, one where both of you feel seen, heard, and valued for who you truly are. When she invites you into her inner world, it is not just an act of trust, it is an act of love. It means she wants to build a relationship where pretense has no place, where truth and acceptance take center stage. Trust further shows in her consistency. She does not second-guess your presence in her life or constantly test your loyalty. Instead, she gives you space, freedom, and confidence that you are valued. She does not feel the need to control or monitor, because she trusts that love is strong enough to stand on its own. That kind of trust is rare, and it speaks volumes about the depth of her feelings. It is a trust that has been carefully built, nurtured, and safeguarded because she sees a future worth protecting. When she genuinely loves, her vulnerability makes her more human, more relatable, and more connected to you. She shows you the version of herself that the world does not always get to see. The soft, uncertain, yet deeply hopeful part of her heart. And through this openness, she invites you to be vulnerable too. Love, after all, thrives when both people can show their imperfections without fear of losing one another. Her vulnerability and trust are gifts, ones that cannot be forced or demanded, only freely given when love is real and secure. When a woman genuinely loves, one of the most powerful ways that love reveals itself is through consistency over time. Love, in its truest form, is not just about grand gestures made in the moment, nor is it about fleeting bursts of affection that disappear as quickly as they arrive. Genuine love is steady, reliable, and deeply rooted in actions that continue long after the initial excitement fades. It is easy for anyone to show love in the early stages when everything feels new and thrilling, but true love proves itself in how it endures through ordinary days, through challenges, and through the quiet spaces where there is nothing to prove. Consistency means she does not only love when it is convenient or easy. She shows up even when life feels heavy, even when circumstances are not ideal. It is in the way she continues to check in, the way she makes time for connection, and the way she keeps choosing the relationship day after day. This does not mean perfection. No one can be flawless all the time, but it means her efforts do not vanish when emotions fluctuate. Her presence remains steady, her support remains sure, and her affection continues to flow regardless of the changing seasons. You notice this consistency in the small, repeated acts of love. She remembers the little details of your life, not just once, but continuously. She pays attention not just at the beginning, but over the months and years. Her care does not diminish when routine sets in. Instead, she finds ways to keep the bond alive. She still listens attentively, still encourages you, still shares her world with you, and still stands by your side when challenges appear. Her love does not burn bright and then fade. It becomes a steady flame that lights the path forward. Consistency is also seen in the way she handles conflict. Every relationship will face disagreements, but a woman who genuinely loves does not let those moments erase the bond she has worked to build. Instead of disappearing, shutting down, or withholding affection, she leans in with patience and seeks resolution. She may feel hurt, but she does not weaponize silence or play games with emotions. Her goal is not to win arguments, but to protect the relationship itself. That steady commitment to repair rather than destroy is a reflection of her love being rooted in something deeper than temporary feelings. Over time, her consistency becomes a source of security. You do not have to wonder where you stand, because her actions continually reassure you. She proves through repetition that her words carry weight, that her promises are not empty. This steadiness allows you to relax into the relationship, to feel safe knowing that her love is not conditional on circumstances or moods. Love that is consistent gives peace, because it eliminates the uncertainty that often comes with inconsistency. Another way consistency manifests is in her willingness to grow alongside you. Relationships are never static, they evolve as both people evolve. A woman who genuinely loves remains committed to adapting, to learning, and to walking through changes without giving up. She does not expect everything to remain the same forever, but she does expect to face the shifts together. Her consistent choice is to nurture the bond rather than abandon it when things feel unfamiliar. That kind of dedication is a quiet but powerful declaration of love. Consistency also shows in her ability to balance the extraordinary with the ordinary. She celebrates the big moments, yes, but she also values the everyday interactions. She still asks how your day was, still takes interest in your thoughts, still makes time for shared laughter and conversation. She does not treat love as something that should only be highlighted on special occasions. She treats it as a daily practice. And it is this daily practice that builds the foundation of a strong and lasting connection. What makes consistency so meaningful is that it proves love is not just an emotion, but a choice. Feelings may rise and fall, but choices remain deliberate. A woman who genuinely loves chooses again and again to show up, to care, and to invest. Her love does not need constant reinvention to be valid. It is valid because it endures, because it withstands time, because it proves itself in both silence and speech, in action and in presence. This consistency is what transforms fleeting affection into lifelong devotion, and it is one of the most undeniable signs that her love is both real and lasting.